Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right, you can put your hand down.
Good afternoon. My name is Gary Dickey. I'm the attorney for the plaintiff in this case. Let's begin by having you give us your first, middle, and last name.
First name is Benjamin, Benjamin. Middle name is Eric, Eric, and then last name is Jobgen, Jobgen.
Have you ever given a deposition before?
Yes.
I want to avoid the situation in which I ask you a question today and then ask the same question at trial and we get different answers and then we get into this fight about whether you understood the question back in September. So unless you say otherwise, I will assume that you understand my question and your answer is responsive to the best of your ability. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Is it Mr. Jobgen? Am I saying that correctly?
Correct.
Mr. Jobgen, you're an alderman for the Davenport City Council, is that correct?
Yes.
How long have you been an alderman?
Since 2019.
And do you represent a particular ward or are you at large?
I represent the 6th Ward.
And have you always represented the 6th Ward?
Yes.
Have you received any training as an alderman about Iowa's open records law, which is contained in Iowa Code Chapter 22?
Can you please clarify what you mean by training? Like before I was elected?
Okay. Do you hold employment outside of the city council?
Yes.
What's your employment outside of the city council?
I'm a physical therapist for Rock Valley Physical Therapy.
In kind of picking up on one of your previous answers, have you received training in FOIA or Iowa open records law prior to becoming an alderman?
No.
Okay. Are you aware of whether or not the city of Davenport has an open records request or FOIA policy?
I'm unclear as to, I would say yes, I'm aware there is some policy. I couldn't speak to the specifics of that policy.
Do you know if you've ever read that policy?
I have not read that policy.
Do you have any exhibits in front of you?
I do not have any exhibits in front of me. Mr. Davidson had sent me some, which I had reviewed over the weekend.
Okay. So I'm going to refer to a letter from Corrine Spiegel as Exhibit S. Did you review what I'll call the Corrine Spiegel letter?
Yes, I received that exhibit from Mr. Davidson and I reviewed it.
Okay. But it doesn't sound like you have a copy in front of you.
I do not. Nope. I've never had a copy of that letter.
Did I understand from your prior answer that you had never seen the Corrine Spiegel letter prior to it being sent to you by Mr. Davidson?
No, we had some executive session meetings where the letter was present. We reviewed, I can't recall the exact times and dates when those executive sessions were. That would have been when I would have had, the ability to read parts of it or discuss with our attorneys and my fellow council colleagues.
Okay. So the letter, which I referred to as Exhibit S, the Spiegel letter, is dated September 15th, 2023.
Okay.
So, and it is addressed to Mayor Madsen, the members of the city council, care of Tom Warner. But I think your answer, if you could clarify, Mr. Warner never actually gave you a physical copy of that letter.
Yes, Mr. Warner never gave me a physical copy of that letter.
Okay. And then in terms of kind of another date I want you to consider, it's October 6th, 2023. There is a settlement agreement that Mr. Warner executed in which Ms. Spiegel agreed to release her claims against the city in exchange for a payment of $1.6 million. Are you familiar with that settlement agreement?
Yes, I've reviewed that settlement agreement.
Okay. Would you have participated in some type of executive or closed session to discuss that settlement agreement before it was executed by Mr. Warner?
Yes, we had an executive session to discuss those items with Mr. Warner.
So can we agree that between September 15th of 2023, when the letter is dated, and October 6th, 2023, when Mr. Warner signs a settlement agreement, you would have known of the existence of the Spiegel letter?
Yes.
Did you read some or all of the letter in the closed session?
No, did not read the letter in the closed session. We just discussed various items regarding that letter.
But you would have been aware that Mr. Warner was in physical possession of the letter?
Yes.
No, no, hell no, 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 I refuse, no.
And that the letter existed?
Yes.
Is there some reason why you did not ask to be provided a copy of the letter?
I can't recall. I mean, we just had some lengthy discussions in those executive sessions, pretty much covering the items within that letter. So I couldn't recall why I may not have asked for a physical copy of it back 2 years ago.
I also provided Mr. Davidson an exhibit entitled Exhibit M as in Mary, which was an open records request that was dated November 17th of 2023. Did you have a chance to review that over the weekend?
Yes.
Okay. Had you ever seen that written request before?
No.
Have you ever seen open records request come through the portal system that was then you were given a copy of?
No, I have no dealings with that system.
Okay. So it doesn't sound like you'd ever seen Exhibit M before. Were you aware that there had been a request that included the Spiegel letter on November 17th, 2023?
I can't say I'm aware of any request that specific date. I mean, I became aware of people making requests for the letter when it became known. I couldn't recall any specific dates when I was generally aware of multiple sources wanting a copy of that letter, but nothing to that specific request dated or in Exhibit M.
Yeah. And so let me give you another date and see if that can add some clarity. On February 14th of 2024, the city of Davenport filed a petition for declaratory judgment asking the district court to determine whether or not the Spiegel letter needed to be provided to the public. Were you aware of that litigation?
Yeah, we had some executive sessions early 2024, kind of discussing the matters with our attorneys.
So would you agree that as of February 14th of 2024, you were aware that there had been at least one public records request for the disclosure of the Spiegel letter?
Yes.
And you were aware that the Spiegel letter existed?
Yes.
And you were aware that Mr. Warner at one point was in physical possession of that letter?
Yes.
You personally, why did you think that that may be a confidential record?
The Spiegel letter?
Yes.
I don't know. Couldn't answer you that. So again, we had many executive sessions speaking with attorneys, and I was going under the advice of those attorneys.
Okay, thank you. That's all the questions that I have for you.
Perfect.
No questions.